Hello students, welcome back to the theatre class once again. In today's class, we'll be talking more about expressions, emotions. And in today's class, I'll be talking about anger. Yes, anger, you can also call it wrath or you can call it rage. So, why do we get angry? What are the various situations which makes a character feel anger? So the first is we need to uplift our eyebrows. They get connected here, tilted upside, and so that's how anger can be shown. Bigger eyes, eyebrows up, eyes bigger, and a little squeeze this a little around your nose. So that's how eyebrows up, squeezed, and your teeth. If squeeze your teeth, your jaws, then it shows anger. So bigger eyes, bigger eyebrows, and your breath should go fast, faster breath. So that breath, it helps in showing anger. So we have eyebrows, we have the squeezing nose, we squeeze our teeth, we breathe faster. There's another way of showing anger, and that is by use of properties which you have in your hand. This pen, I can throw it, I can squeeze it, I can crush it. So that's how we show our anger to a lot of people. Now let's go to the situations one by one and work on various situations which present anger so that we can actually work on degrees of anger. A person can get angry when a child breaks a glass or when a friend drops a pen. You can get angry then. But on the other hand, if a person does a huge blunder, then the level of anger will be very high. So various degrees and levels of angers, and in order to understand those, we need to get into various situations out of which this anger comes. So let's move ahead and talk more about these situations. So the first situation I'm going to talk about here is aggressive. Yes, anger, aggressive, similar terms, but we get angry because we get aggressive. And why do we get aggressive? We get aggressive because we get provoked by someone. So what is provoked? Provoked is basically to say or do something that you know will make a person angry or upset. So if somebody is intentionally making you angry or upset by knowing that you will not like it, that is provoking. And if you have been provoked by someone, then show anger. I've told you many times, still you don't understand. He just provokes me. So that's provoking. Now let's move to hostile. What is hostile? Hostile is basically a person is always or most of the times against something or unfriendly. So if a person is unfriendly or against something, that is hostile. So yeah, again, a hostile is when you don't like something, you're against something, you're watching that thing happening, but you get angry, and it's a different degree of anger. So if I would rate hostile against something or somebody or unfriendly from 1 to 10, I would rate this at 4. Now let's move ahead to another situation, and that is frustrated. If frustrated, the very first example out of frustrated is infuriated. Now what is infuriated? Infuriated is basically to make somebody angry. When somebody makes us angry. So that's how we get infuriated. Another is annoyed. Annoyed is again the same thing, feeling angry or troubled when somebody else is troubling us, and that's why we are feeling angry. So it's not, anger is not coming from inside, it is the external anger the external sources are there. People are making us angry because we are not liking something. So people, the other people or things are making us angry. So similarly, here also, to make somebody angry, here also angry or troubled by somebody else. So frustrated, we always get frustrated because of the external reasons. Now frustrated, how do we show frustrated? Frustrated is when we see something which we are not liking and we can't do anything about it. So we get frustrated. We can't do anything about it and still we need to bear it. That situation makes us angry. Another situation is distant. Now distant is the first example we take in distant is withdrawn. Withdrawn is basically not wanting to talk to other people. Withdrawn is like getting reserved. I go to a party, I just get myself busy and I don't want to talk to anyone because it might happen that I'm feeling superior. So that is distant. And if somebody does that, the other people feel anger. Numb. Numb is basically when we don't have control over ourselves, control over our mind, our body, and we completely lose everything. Suppose I'm sitting on a chair and I'm trying hard to move, but I'm not able to move and I'm so I've tried a lot in order to get up from the chair, but I could not, and that makes me angry, and that is called numb. So critical. Let's go into critical, no more about it. So critical is, you can divide critical situations into two parts. The first part can be dismissive and another part can be skeptical. So critical situation can be divided into two, dismissive and skeptical. Dismissive is basically not worth considering seriously. Now when you are not considered seriously, that situation makes us angry. When nobody is taking us serious and we are serious, we are critical, but people are not taking us serious, and that makes a person super angry when it is required and the other people are not listening. The same thing is happening these days when our Prime Minister is saying that 2 meters distance is very important and people are not following social distance. So if they don't follow social distancing, the authorities, the police, they are getting angry, and that is the feeling of dismissive. When people are not considering things seriously, but the authorities are angry because they are not taking it seriously. Now another example, let's take skeptical. Then we get angry, why this person is not understanding I'm saying something. So that's how we can actually show skeptical. Now let's move ahead to another topic called bitter. Bitter is basically kadava. Yes, bitter, kadava. Indignant is basically angry because of something that is wrong. So indignant is basically if you see something wrong happening and you're angry because of that. He's a big man and beating a small child. How dare he do that? So that's angry, that's indignant when you are watching something and you're not liking it. So you're not liking something because it is wrong. Now another example can be violated. So violated is basically to break a rule or an agreement. Something was agreed between you and me. And the agreement was that you will watch videos and I will make videos. You will watch them and you will learn theatre, and I will make videos and I'll teach you theatre. That was an agreement. But if you don't watch this video, or if I don't make a video, then that's basically yeah, we are not agreeing to the agreement which we did. We are breaking the agreement. And when we feel anger because of the breaking of agreement, that comes under fire. Next topic is humiliated. Humiliated, it is explaining itself on itself. So humiliated is basically humiliation can come from two different kinds of situations. One is disrespected, when somebody is completely disrespected by some other people, or somebody is being insulted by someone. So that the anger we get at that time. Yeah. So that situation is disrespected. Another is ridiculed. So what is ridiculed? Ridiculed is basically words or actions that make someone seem foolish or stupid. When we make fun of somebody, if we make fun of somebody and at that time the other person feels angry, so that situation can be called ridiculed. So ultimately humiliated as a whole, when somebody gets humiliated, मेरे को भूला कैसे? Now let's moving ahead to let down. This is another situation which can make us angry. So let down is basically can be divided into two things. One is betrayed. Betrayed is very simple. To hurt somebody who trusts you by not being loyal or faithful. So when somebody hurts you by not being loyal or faithful, that is betrayed. Another is resentful. Again, resentful is basically feeling angry because you have been forced to accept something which you don't like or which is wrong. So resentful is like very simple, when your mother is actually forcing you again and again to eat aloo ka paratha and you don't like aloo ka paratha. So that condition, that situation is resentful, when you have been forced to accept that aloo ka paratha, and at that time नहीं चाहिए ना, मम्मी कितनी बार बोला है नहीं खाना मेरे को पराठा. There can be two different kinds of situations in madness. The first is furious. Furious basically is very, very angry, violent, completely angry and violent because you're furious. The furious is extreme degree of anger, where we become destructive. We become destructive. Out of anger, we destroy ourselves. Start destructing other things around. So that is furious. Furious is basically our whole body, our face, and we are like trying to break everything. That is furious. So the extreme degree of anger is furious. Another is jealous. Jealous, as all of you know, angry because someone has something which you want. So if you already know it, but I can be jealous. That makes me angry. If I see somebody being praised or eating a chocolate and I want to eat chocolate, how can this person? No, it doesn't deserve this. These are various situations how we can actually get anger into various degrees, into various levels. Aggressive. That is aggressive. Frustrated. Frustrated is good. Frustrated. That is frustrated. Now, distant. Distant is you're angry but within yourself. You're not showing it outside. You are angry out of yourself. Critical. Critical is getting quickly. The patient is on the stretcher. He's about to die. What the doctor? What are you saying? Oh, he needs treatment. He needs treatment. Bitter, as I said. कैसे हो सकता है? वो मुझे हर बार की तरह इस बार भी धोखा नहीं दे सकती. Every time he does this person is not the man of his words. I've told you many times. It doesn't deserve humiliated when somebody humiliates someone, and so that's how everyone is saying negative on you and you are sure. Let down is basically betrayed or is resentful. ये उम्मीद नहीं थी. Betrayed. Mad, furious, extreme angry. That is basically when we throw our. मैं नहीं सुनना चाहता तुम्हारी बात. नहीं छोड़ूंगा मैं. समझता क्या है? Furious is when you are starting and breaking things. You become violent. That is furious. Jealous is angry. आज नहीं तो कल वो मेरे पास ही होगा और तब मैं बताऊंगा. So great students, today we talked about expressions, and that specifically we talked about being angry and how can we show anger on our face as an expression. So I hope you like today's exercise. Let's meet again in the next class with a different new emotion we'll be working on in the next one. Till then, bye-bye. Please do make 1 or 2 videos of emotion called anger, and you can choose any situation out of these and make your video. So thank you so much. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.